Echoes by Noumenia. This is the debut album of the band that came out just last month. Noumenia describe themselves as a post-groove metal band. Now, what does that mean? They've got a modern groove metal sound with a heavy emphasis on atmospherics. They've got these dense atmospheres that are filled with pads and keys and some sparse electronics, and they really help complement the modern groove metal sound. Now, if I had to give a more traditional genre to this band, I would say it's groove metal with elements of gothic metal and metalcore. I really do think the atmospherics here pull from gothic metal. They're kind of gloomy and dark. And I do believe a member of Lacuna Coil produced this album. I definitely hear some Lacuna Coil influence here, especially from their previous two albums, which were the heaviest albums they ever released. I am quite hard to please when it comes to groove metal, and that's because a lot of groove metal isn't doing enough for me. It has a big focus on rhythm and syncopation rather than flashy riffs or energetic drumming or anything like that. This band makes up for that by having these dense atmospherics. They're a perfect complementary to the otherwise rather simple music of groove metal, and the album sticks usually in mid-tempo territory, but again, that suits the more gloomy atmospheric sound that they're going for. It all complements each other really well and makes up for what would otherwise be a weakness to groove metal. Another unique aspect of this album are the vocals. The leading song to kind of advertise this album was Fall Apart, which featured a very gothic delivery, mixing clean vocals and harsh vocals. And I was surprised to put the album on and find out almost every song here is just full on harsh vocals. It's a very, very heavy groove metal album, and it's not nearly as accessible or mainstream as the first song that I heard. It's very heavy, and I appreciated that, and I liked the aggression and darkness here, and I liked that it wasn't as mainstream as I thought it was going to be. Nothing against the song Fall Apart, which I think is one of the best songs on the album, but I was just surprised by how brutal this is, and I really enjoyed that. That being said, though, I definitely wouldn't have minded a few more clean vocal choruses or something like that, because I do like the clean vocals here, and I do think they complement the harsh vocals in a very gothic sort of way. The production here is surprisingly great for a debut album. It sounds very, very professional. The only thing that I wasn't a huge fan of is the drums have a little bit of a modern sound to it. You know, the bass drum's a little clicky like you hear in some modern metal. But other than that, it's very clean. It's nicely layered. All the instruments are very audible. They sound very good. The vocals sound great in the mix. They're not too overbearing like a lot of modern metal. Very good production. In terms of room for improvement, I have to go back to my earlier point about how groove metal just doesn't do enough for me. With the atmospherics here, the songs absolutely feel full, but I will say the guitars, the drums, and all that, they aren't doing that much. My favorite song on this album is Black Ocean, and that's because it by far has the best portrayal of the rhythm section of the guitars. The riffs are great, the drumming is energetic and powerful, and that makes the song that much more memorable. Now, the atmospherics, like I said, make up for the otherwise simple groove metal instrumentation, but when they go for it, like they do in Black Ocean, the songs are just that much better. Add some more riffs, add some more aggressive drumming here and there, and these songs would be elevated from very good to great territory very quickly. So who is this album for? I really think this band has found a unique sound, especially for a debut here. They've already got an identity, they've got a sound that they're going for and doing fairly well. Now again, if you like Lacuna Coil, you like more modern groove metal, gothic metal, you should enjoy this. But otherwise, I still think it's worth giving a shot just because it's a unique sound, especially for a band's first outing, and I can't wait to see where they go next.